Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Michael King. I again with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be analyzing the GBUSD. And as you can see, this is GBUSD on the monthly time frame. And looking at the monthly time frame, you realize that this currency pair is bearish. We have series of higher highs and higher low. This series of lower high and lower low. This is lower high, lower low, lower high right here, lower low. Then we have a lower high right here, then lower low. So overall, it is a downtrend. So now we're just going to take note of some key areas on the monthly time frame. Then we'll go down to the weekly time frame, figure out some one or two areas to take note of. Then we'll go to the daily time frame also to look for areas to also take note of. Then that will be all for this video. So with this analysis, I will show you guys what to expect for this week, where price is likely to head towards for this week. So now if you look at the monthly time frame, I'm going to zoom the chart over. You realize that one of the reasons for price rising to this point right here is simply because of the fact that price is trying to get to this fair value gap, and by the looks of it, price might likely start heading lower, which is the overall pattern. But however, I still feel price might still want to head a little bit higher. That is because of the fact that we have a fair value gap right here that price is yet to draw to. So I'm just going to mark out the line right here. Let me get the right figure for it. So the first area I want to point out for the fair value gap is at 1.31666. Then I'm just going to use maybe the color green so that it can be more visible. So I'm going to use the color green. That's for the first part of the fair value gap. Perfect. So now we've taken note of the first part right here. Now the second part is this level right here. So just going to draw another line right here so that I can see the fair value gap I'm trying to point out right here. So this other part of the fair value gap is at 1.32731, and that is the level. Now if you look carefully, you realize that definitely we have a fair value gap, as you can see, and this upward movement by price on GBPUSD hasn't gotten to the level yet. So I'm expecting price to get there, because one thing that I know about prices is that anytime we have a fair value gap, in this case we have two fair value gaps. We have this right here and also this one right here. One thing I observe is that before price will make a major move, let's say to the downside, prices tend to first go out and fill all fair value gaps. In most cases, not all the time. So price tends to fill up fair value gaps before it's what head lower. So now if I'm expecting price to head high, then I have to look at what area do I feel price will have to head to. Then when price get there, that will be a move, or that will be an area to push price to the upside. Now looking at the monthly time frame, realize that what do we have right here? We have what? A fair value gap on the monthly time frame. So this fair value gap on the monthly time frame can stand as an area that can give us the momentum that price will need to head high to that fair value gap above. So the upper area of the fair value gap is at 1.25001. Then let's also get for the lower line right here. So I'm going to get the value for that. Is at 1.23375. Then we are going to go to the weekly time frame now. All right. Alright, perfect. So we've gotten the fair value gap for a monthly time frame. So what I'm expecting price to do is, look at the monthly time frame. I expect price to head to this fair value gap. Then this fair value gap right here is going to push price to this fair value gap above. Then price might likely start heading lower, because the overall pattern for the GBPUSD, as you can see, is a bearish market. So I'm going to switch to the weekly time frame to take note of one or two things that we can point out. So now looking at the weekly time frame right now, this is weekly time frame. You can see that we have this major low, like price head a little bit lower. And one of the reasons why I felt price one of the cause I feel that my push price all the way down to this point right here, because of the fact that price probably wanted to take out this low right here to just gather some liquidity to push price higher. But if you look at this right now, let me zoom the chart very well. If you look at the chart very well, what can you see within this fair value gap on the monthly time frame? What can you see that is a likely place to draw price is this other block right here. So I'm just going to probably use the color red just to make the line a little bit different. So we expect price to draw down to the fair value gap. And that confirmation why we feel that price might likely draw to the fair value gap is this other block right here. So this other block is also like a second confluence, that is another point that we can take note of to confirm our bias that price might likely want to head low to this point right here. So now, that being said, let's also go to the daily time frame, because I also have something I want to show you guys as a third confirmation that price might likely head to this point right here before it start heading higher. Now looking at the daily time frame right here, now you are going to let's be practical about this. From this point right here, we had a transition from a downtrend to an uptrend, and as you can see clearly, you realize that price have been making series of higher high and a higher low, showing that what we are having right here is simply what, an uptrend. But look at what is happening currently on GBPUSD. Realize that when price made this higher high, it came down right here to make a higher low. If you look carefully, then price went up to form a new higher high. However, price went lower, and this low that price did right here broke structure, as you can see. So it means automatically what we have right now as at this point right here, that is the beginning of January, what we have right here is a transition from an uptrend towards a downtrend. So this is a third bias. Remember, the first reason is we have a fair value gap on the monthly time frame. Second reason is the other block that we have in the weekly time frame. Now the third reason to prove that price is likely to head to this point right here is the fact that we have a change of structure from an uptrend to a downtrend. Now if you look carefully, you realize that price is, ever since this point right here, price are making series of lower high and lower low, lower high right here and lower low. So now that being said, what I want to point out right here is, let's take note of the high currently. This is our current high on the daily time frame, and this is a level I don't expect price to head above. That is, if price don't want to respect this downward pattern that is doing right now, that level, that area at 1.27750 is the area I expect price not to head higher down. So now, said, if we are holding the price is likely to go, that said, if we are looking at the point that to keep the let's head to this red line, that is this block right here, before we can see it move to the upside. Now when price eventually gets to this other block right here, there are two things that you can take note of to know if price is about to start making the move. Okay, let me decrease that a little bit. Perfect. So when price eventually gets to this red line right here, there are two things that you can know to confirm if price wants to start making the move to the upside to this fair value gap right here. The first thing is, first of all, if you can have a break of structure, because start from the lower time frame, if you can have a break of structure from a kind of downward pattern right on this point on the 1 hour time frame, that will also be a confirmation that we are likely to move higher. A second confirmation when price gets to this area is also in this daily time frame. If you can have a break of structure, let me give you an example of a break of structure. Now look at this right here. We had this price head down, went up, making a lower high, price head lower, making a lower low, then price head higher, breaking this high, because the rules is that when we're having a downtrend, all lower highs are not expected to be broken. So the fact that we had a broken lower high right here is a proof, or is something to take note of, that we are likely to have a transition. So if something like this likewise repeats around here, is a confirmation that we've had a break of structure and price is likely to head to the upside. Another reason why I forgot to note that, another reason why I feel that there's a possibility of price rising to this point right here is because of the fact that if you look carefully, on the monthly time frame, you realize that right on this fair value gap we're pointing out, what do we have right here? We also have what? An order block. So this fair value gap and this order block is something to push price, to draw price to it. So now, to summarize all what I've said for this analysis video, the first thing I expect price to do what is to head low to this fair value gap right here. Then once price is around this area, we might likely see a break of structure to push price to this fair value gap right here. That is the major highlights for this week. That's what I expect for this week. Expect to see price still heading lower, and price might not really get to this order block on the weekly time frame this week, but who knows, we might have momentum to push price to the order block. But now, if I'm giving you guys that bias, let me give you guys an idea of how you can take a trade. So this is the 1 hour time frame. This time frame is where I take all my trades. So I got this move during the NFP, but that's the past. So let's look at the future, which is moving forward tomorrow and any other day for the week. So this point right here, this was the daily high I pointed out. I said I don't expect price to head higher than here. So once now we're targeting, I don't know if price is going to do that. If price keep heading higher, you can aim to place a sell limiter probably around here, then stop loss a little bit above the high from daily time frame. I think this is okay. This is like 463 pips. Then if you are taking this entry, you can aim for that other block. That's if you can hold a trade for long. But if you know you can do something like that, you can just aim for 1:3. That is simple. So that being said, that is all for this week analysis on GBPUSD. If you do enjoy, please hit that like button, share to your friends, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.